What's up, people? It's no good, do gooder. I guess back at it again. All right. You know what I realized? Spend more time trying to get the damn fake hair right than your damn real hair. That's some crazy shit. Okay. I get questions about how do I do this? Where do I come from? All these different types of things. And um pretty simple. Pretty simple. Okay. Um my biological parents are my real parents. Okay. And I've told people this, maybe not. There's a lot of information, and sometimes you think you're getting it all out, but maybe you're not. Okay. So, you know, a chosen one, which is myself, an angel, which is myself, a God, which is myself, an ascended master, which is myself, uh, or instead of saying a God, a deity. All right. And it's something else, a shaman, which is myself. And then you have everything else uh, that's kind of like a given, meaning spirit, earth, you know, the devil or demons or Satan or Lucifer. It really just depends on, you know, how evil you are or the qualities you have that lets you know on the devil in the things, which level out of them four, you know. Spirit has levels too. Heaven has levels too. All of that. And so religion doesn't talk spirituality in church. They might say something like, the spirit moved me, you know, or come on through, spirit, or something. But if you went to Bible study, went to church, you know, everything is in the Bible. And your preacher or pastor will give you either lesson or blessing talks, either based on his experience or others' experience, or strictly just sticking to the experiences in the Bible. I know that churches behind closed doors know spirituality. If you went to theologian school, you know, if you wanted to become a priest or a pastor, bishop, you know, you're taught it. It's in the secret societies. It's in the fraternities, you know, and it's in your cults and your covens, you know. But it's all negative. Like, I come to find out that the people that do light work, you know what I'm saying? They really chosen. And they really don't dibble and dabble like that in a negative sense. All right. But you got 85% of the world that does in the negative sense. Okay. And it's not good. The reason why it's not good is because you're messing with not people that are, what's the word? Have a long life to live. But you're messing with people that do have a long life to live, that follow any form of biblical practices, that are good people, and they don't suspect the level of bullshit, danger, what's another word? Shit, spiritual torture, you know? It's like when you don't know about it, you think that you are sick or that you do have something wrong with your kidneys, or you you do need this or that. But spirituality in the upright is you have an exchange or a transfer in spirit from the heavens down. Spirituality in the negative sense is you have a transfer, an exchange by taking from a good person whatever it is that you need, and you're giving it to a not so good person. Okay? Or you're doing a transfer, and you're sacrificing a good person. All right. In exchange, now get this, blessings from the devil. Did you hear me? Blessings from the devil. Okay. I'm gonna figure that shit out in a minute, I tell you. Everybody should know the devil don't get no blessings. What the devil does is the same thing that you would do, like what they would call a kitchen witch, which is he's still taking it from that abundant person on earth, and he's telling you to do it, because you're sacrificing that person still. You're transferring it and giving it to the entity, the devil, in exchange for something material, Now, in order for anything material to last, it needs to come from spirit first, down. That's how you build a strong foundation. It doesn't come from earth unless you're co-creating with the universe and you're using your wits. You know what I'm saying? If you're not using your wits, your talents, you're still taking it from somebody else. So you're using the devil, okay? Because that's the one that has the job to kill, steal, and destroy. So you stealing, you know? How you get a blessing from stealing? Only way you get a blessing from stealing is if you don't get caught, right? So the protection made it so criminals couldn't get caught, or kitchen witches couldn't get caught. All right? It was like keeping it hidden, swept under the rug. Then the lifting of the veil was anything at that present moment, going forward in the future, that they decide to do, or he or she decides to do, under the moon, to keep it hidden under the rug, you know, and they don't think they're going to get caught, but you get caught for it because the veil is lifted. They can see you, and you have no protection, so it's not like you're a shadow anymore, because that's essentially what dark spiritualists are doing. They hide in your shadows. So the way to kind of combat that is, of course, you become aware of dark and light spirituality, um, what's been done to you, you know, and it was really to educate yourself on what to do and what not to do. And it was used to heal other people in your tribe, you know, and to help other people in your tribe. It was of a temporary nature, not on something long term. Okay? So, what people did to me was long term. And since I wasn't taught spirituality, meaning I know spirit existed, and I know it's a vital part to God, with God, for God. Um, you know, you see it on movies, you hear about it, you read about it, you know, and then you have your experiences. But for me, actually having a book with spells to cast, for play or for real, because it's really not no for play, it's all for real, all the time, you know. And that's another reason why I'm living, so I can tell y'all that. And that's no bullshit. Now, the people that's doing it, they know it's for real. They could say all day that they playing, that or they didn't know, or I didn't understand how deep it went, da 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 da. They know. They know because they mom and they daddy know, because they mom and daddy taught them. Their sisters and brothers taught them. It's already something that's like passed down. That's what it's already doing. You know, it's passed down. This shirt and my belly. A little bit better. But I just came in the house. But people want to know like what I do or what I did. I read different sections of the Bible. I didn't like the fact that it was like inserts here, inserts there. You got to go here, or you got to go there, or you got to do this, or you got to do that in order to get this information to go with this or whatever. You know, I felt like shit. I felt like it was like a what's that thing? You know, it's what it say. I ate too. You know, like it got holes in it. Holy Bible. So I knew the only way to cover up the holes is, you know, listening or getting like the full book of Thomas, the full book of Peter, the full book of Mark, the full book, like that. Read it. I got the Apocrypha. I read that. And little parts. I've gotten the Book of Mormon. Read that. The Quran. Read that. But the way I would do it is, let's say I got the Bible, Acts chapter 1. Then I get the Book of Mormon. Go to Acts chapter 1. Then I'll find out what's relatable and find that similarity in the Quran. Find that similarity in, let's see if I could find like the book of Acts. Then I would look at Acts chapter 1 in that. And I noticed the translations were different. The understandings were different. Some of them were the same or similar. Everyone taught a different lesson. And what I figured out is if I combine the lessons, I got a better understanding. Okay. And the other thing I did was, let's say a Bible I got is from 2015. I would go back maybe 20 more years. Then I would go back another 20 years like that. And I noticed Bibles before the 1960s were, to me, more accurate. You know. Then there's an antique store I went to in Atlanta. And they had a section, all old Bibles from different eras in time. Greek translation, English translation, just different variations from across the world. You know, and you can purchase them or you could look through them. And I would look through them when I would go with my mama. I look through them. And I'll have like my favorite or something. And I'm just going to keep using Acts chapter 1. Okay. And if verse 3 stood out to me, I was curious on what verse 3 would say in this second English version of the Bible that was ever created. Translation from Greek to English. And I noticed more accurate. You know. Now, when I would piece things together in the way I said before, by just having a lot of different things laid out, and I would just go from one, like that. Because whenever I work, no matter what type of work I do, I can read like this, but then I found like I get more done when I just lay things out. And so I know step 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. I keep on rolling, you know. So when all the different ways would have me questioning certain things, I would get tingling feelings about certain things. I would get instant understanding from certain things. And then sometimes I'll get a vision. Other times it might be something else that I read. And the thought will come into my mind. This would go with John chapter 10. And then I'm like, oh, bam. You know, I do that. Because the thing that was different for me than maybe a whole lot of people, I was a very healthy person. I'm still a healthy person now, even with the weight I got on me. But I know I need to lose it. So that's what I'm working on now. Since a lot of this stuff is starting to die down from the bad roller coaster and dial up to the good roller coaster. But, I was a healthy person. I'm talking about healthy like I would park at the end of a big ass parking lot. Excuse me. And I would run, sprint from the back to inside the building, go through the turnstile. I would jog up 4 flights of escalator stairs, and then I'll get into my seat. It'll take me about 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how much stuff I got to get out. Okay? And I was like between a 4 and a 6 in the waist, between like a 6 and an 8 pack. Everything else still in all its right places. But needless to say, fit, you know? So imagine when you are fit. And your mind is sharp, you know? But then things start to change and you don't understand why. Then you go to the doctor because things aren't doing right all of a sudden. And they don't know why. And that was what scared me more than anything else in my life. Because I felt so insulted, hurt, and betrayed. I looked at it like, how do they not know what's going on? All this equipment, all of the research, all the tests, all the new and old ailments that they have cured. How do they not know? And I said, all right, because there was a fear there at one point. And I was at that same job, but I got a promotion. And funny story, I went from credit card sales on I don't know, what was it, 4th floor? And then I went down to the basement and I was doing suppression calls. Like why people don't want to take a certain credit card. And they had stacks of work that had never been done. People didn't feel comfortable doing it. And I was just like, well, what is it? I'll do it, And it was for funeral homes. And I used to think of like cemetery plots and how I needed one. Not for myself. I wanted to bury old Toto. And I wanted to know how much it'd cost for my dog to have a funeral. And if it was too much, then I think all the love I had for my dog just went out the damn window, because I'd rather get his or her ass cremated because it's cheaper. Anyway, that's how I got my promotion. And it was simple for me. I ain't feel like it was no big deal or nothing. Other people was like, wow, how can you do that? Da, 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 da. I was like, it ain't real. I'm just calling to get the information. You ain't always got to think of like people dying. Animals die, situations die, things die. Just depends on what people want to use their money for. But one day, like my big toe, it was hurting. And I stretched. And how your toe will pop? My toe popped, right? And instantly pain shot from my toe all the way up to the top of my head. And I went to the doctor. That doctor said, I got a cold, I got flu, I got pneumonia, I got a sinus infection, a bacteria infection, and what's the other one? The ear infection. I was like, what the fuck? My toe cracking? I was like, God damn. He sent me home on like the strongest medicine. And I was getting another fucking promotion. And I still had to go to work. And I went. Even though my body was in fucking pain. And I couldn't talk. Now, what I was taught was, no matter what, you look good, decent. And it was like, I would put more of the finishing touches on looking good when I didn't feel well. It was something about, I wasn't down with all the sympathy and nah. And I remember going to my boss, and I was like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. And I was like, and I did talk, but it was very low because my voice was not there. And I was like, yo, I'm sick. This is what it is I got, but this is the medicine I gotta take. And this is what I would do. I would open my jacket and I'd be like, see, And I was upset because they couldn't find cures for other shit. Because that was the start of me getting sick. That was like on some serious shit. That was like in 2006. I started researching myself, trying to figure out like what foods to eat, what things to do, things to say, different ways to unlock, sickness in the body, ways to extract it out, focusing on different meditation ways, from listening to scholars, watching scholars, some of them having books, and I would read those. Mother God came to me and she said, what you're going through right now is the process of them taking your spirit. I was reading the Bible and I was just getting frustrated because it was like I had reached a snag. She came through right in between my ears. And I was like, what? I'm like, yo, how the fuck could somebody do that? And she wanted to elaborate. At that time in my life, so I think that was around, oh no. But I was on some shit like, just tell me what to do. Tell me what to find. Tell me what to look for. Tell me what to look out for too. Let me know when somebody trying to snake me like this. She agreed. And she helped me too. Point me to different ways in the scripture. And the way I get my direction is, most of the time, if they not talking to me, it's like my insides be talking to me. It's like already trying to put me on alert for something. And then if I lock in on something, zero in on it, I get a little feeling a little bit more, And I'm like, all right, bingo, this shit right here. And sure enough, it be it, because it could be something else that I read 2 or 3 days before or a month before, and it'll link. So I'm like, all right, connecting that. I was writing stuff down too. A lot of shit down. I was growing spiritually. But I was going spiritually off the sole purpose of curing myself. Figuring out what the fuck was wrong with me. Because I went to 50 million damn doctors. I had 50 million motherfucking appointments. I paid shit. All my goddamn money from my job. And my parents paid money from their motherfucking jobs. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Fast forward years later, come to find out all that shit was a lie. Fucking bullshit. None of the shit was my fault or even fucking real. This shit is from fucking spell work from other people that are jealous of somebody. Now, when Mother and Father God been talking to me the whole goddamn time, but they just spilled the beans when y'all start coming for my head. Because you ain't want to take that, I want going down spiritually. You wanted to physically, like, bring the fight. God said that's where he drew the line. You know what I'm saying? That's why the motherfucker came right in between this bitch. You know what I'm saying? God is who told me I was his daughter. God is who told me a lot of motherfuckers from your past is doing this shit. God is the one that said, yo, they ain't never seen that other side of you. I know. Your family know. It's time. gather that right back on up because you're going to need it. You know, and I said this so many times, and y'all think, you know, it's like a bunch of bullshit or it's hogwash to fucking believe. But you can be the biggest, the baddest, the meanest motherfucking person. You can justify all your actions. And you can feel gooder than a motherfucker after you done whipped somebody's ass. Because naturally you feel like shit just do. They need a fucking ass whooping. It's easier to do that than find alternatives. It's easier to just lash the fuck out instead of figuring out like how to calm down, how to stay above the nonsense and the bullshit that come with that, how to not feed into the rigmarole from other people. You know, that ain't something I just became hip to. And when I smile and when I talk, and because of my height, I don't know if it's because like my little voice or something, when I'm nice, you think you can just trample over top? No, no. That's not a criteria to being chosen. Okay? You know? I lit this and it's already going out. That means I don't need to smoke no more. So, when God told me that, of course, I educated myself medically. I educated myself physically. I educated myself mentally too. Then I said, fuck it. Why not go down all the emotions? As people were putting me in those emotions, I was trying to understand those emotions at the same time. And I was always asking the appropriate questions. I never doubted myself or what I said. No matter how many people was gaslighting the fuck out of me because they was doing it. But when I say something like, well, all right, okay, no problem, you know, it's like people be thinking they got extra and second and third chances. Like, okay, she gonna be back. And I did that a couple of times in my life. I learned lessons from them couple of times. So, you did me wrong. It's kind of like, it's a no-brainer. I want to save myself. How do you save yourself? Well, you don't, how can I put it? You don't, I don't know, make a buddy payment plan with your abuser? You know? You just be like, well, I don't know what you would just be like. Let me just tell you about me. I would just be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Okay? Like there were guys. I would get off work. And I would come over. Then they'll be bitching like some little old bitches. And I would be like, God damn, what the fuck? You know what I do? I'm ready to go back home. No, I don't want to stay. I don't want to listen to this shit. I don't even know how the fuck this became a thing. You know, when I want to talk about it, you don't want to talk about it. So guess what? I know since I was say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Because even if I tell somebody something and I warn them about it, even if I say I had a vision or whatever, people don't believe it until this shit just happened. And so I was on the shit like, well, I done told you. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't going. I don't care. And I meant it. I made sure to put like the type of limitations on bullshit that I want to put on that shit. And that don't mean I got to explain to you what my limits are. It's kind of like when a guy says to you, what type of man do you like? And I would say, I don't know. It depends. What type of man are you? And they are thinking like, oh, it's some Casanova type thing. And in some ways it is. But then I hit them with some real shit. The real you. The real you. Because I ain't going back to figure out some shit. You know? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Why is she always... She is always doing this. It's like my niece and them have babied her so damn much that she think I'm going to be doing the same all the damn time. No. Anywho, shit. That fucked me up, y'all. But when you combine all the shit, you know, and you start connecting them dots, write that shit down. You know? As you grow spiritually, right? That's cleaning out like your mental. When you clean out anything pertaining to your brain, it clears out the rest of your body. Because it's like this. Before you get fat, first in your belly, you already got fat already in your brain. And the more fat you got in that motherfucker, the more fucked up shit you gonna get. And the fucked up shit that you get is based on the area of the brain. So, plus, keep your brain young, keep your body young. You know, because you feeding it. That's what it is. You're supposed to feed it spiritually. Like the Bible or whatever. It's like a map. That shit like a map. And then you go get the right book. You know what I'm saying? Like if I like Acts and then I go get the book of Acts, like not just in the Bible book of Acts, but just that big, that, you know what I'm saying? The book of Acts itself, by itself, not attached to the rest of the shit in the Bible. Okay? Because that has all the information, the whole chapter. And then he's like, you're going to see how much is left out. of all the different books. But if you had all the different books, you know what I'm saying, and then you start to read that one book of Acts, you'll see how this part, okay, Seventh-day Adventists got that. These people right here, these the Catholics, they got that. This come Roman and Greek era right here, because you got to put some history in this shit too. The Bible got history. And you got to go back more than 600 years, bruh. Oh, ma'am, sis. You got to go back more than 600 years. And once you get into a routine in the comparison thing, the other thing I did was I was on YouTube, I think. Learned about Tartaria and stuff. I learned about the cities under the ground, old structures under the ground, different stuff where ley lines and stuff. Let's see, some space stuff I looked at, you know. And one thing that really stood out, I can tell in the Egyptian hieroglyphics that they had Wi-Fi. I can tell they had cell phones too and watches. You know what I'm saying? And plus, the quality of gold tells you how advanced they were. Okay? So, this shit was here. You know? Just like, what was it that was like powering the steam trains? That shit was like Wi-Fi. It was a trolley, something. They had something at the top with the electricity. And then they was riding on a train track. Wonder what those wires are. Shit like that. You know? So it ain't like what they be saying in the damn Western movies, pilgrim movies, and slave movies. No. So we either did one or two things. Quality went down. So I think that was it. Because at our height, we are the little people. Because when you're a god, you're a big person. And then each era in time get a little smaller. And then the motherfuckers before you or them be making your cities for you, your houses and all that shit. You know? So now, guess what we're gonna do, people? Because we're at the lowest of the existence for the brain and the motherfucking body. We about to go back up. Because it's the what? Beginning. Feel me? That means our intelligence is going to increase. And our height. And shit like that. Because a lot of our bodies are going to transfer over. You know, H2O. This water. We're going to just be, it's going to be clearing out more of the oxygen and oxygen to more of like a hydrogen. You know. Shit like that I read too. It was actually in angelic books too. The book of wisdom is a good book too, you know. But you gotta believe though. You gotta really. That's the real shit for real. It wouldn't matter what the hell I tell y'all folk. If you ain't got no belief in God, no faith in God, no hope in God, yeah, ain't none of the shit gonna work for you. Ain't none of it gonna work. Because, see, y'all old way of meditation is fucking. I'm sorry to laugh. Excuse me. And because of that, you know what I'm saying? It's like either you gonna have to change your vision to some angelic fucking to manifest from up here. Because or else you gotta be split, you know? You're gonna be thinking about a whole lot of ass when you're supposed to be focusing on loving yourself from the inside. Okay? It's a real thing. Like self-care, real thing. It counts. So even, it's gonna sound fucked up, but it's the truth. I'm just saying. We can go to church all the time. All the time. We can be reading all the different things all the time. If you don't want to add, it's like a feeling, a spark, indebtedness. It's damn. It's like the quest is like it's rooted. That's the word. It's rooted. Like how can I put it? Okay, going down to that area. It's like the ground or the tree. It's gonna sprout, and the tree blossoms and blooms and just rises up. But that tree of life, that's it. Just with the faith and the belief and the hope, just you can feel it in yourself. And the only way you can really get that is through clearing out the negativity in your house, in your mind, and in your heart. And as you do that, it's like that space gets rooted, like those the the fucking shit before it becomes a tree. The brown, that shit is in there, boy. It ain't going nowhere. And it's like every time you elevate, like helping yourself out, understanding yourself, like learning your depression, you know, actively participating in your depression, okay? Devoting yourself to it to go beyond, like the medicine they give. That's what I did. I looked it up, and then side effects, you know, and no matter what problem I had, because I was such an articulate person and I was taught whatever it is, I need to be able to explain it. And the thought could cross my mind like it could be this one time I need to explain something and I can't. And I just didn't want that to beat me, because you can't sit here and tell me how long we done been on this earth that things aren't better than this. Because I know I went like 4,000 or 5,000 years back. I don't remember which book that I was reading. But the Egyptians had said it plainly. They came to this world. They've explored this entire world. They have solved all the problems of this entire world. And what they're about to do is gonna leave this bitch and we're gonna go to the next planet to learn that one, understand that one, solve that one, and we're gonna keep going. If you need to ever play that back, do it. Because I'm going to tell you, when you go back to the beginning of time, that's what all the gods did. You know, they just didn't create something and leave it. They learned it. They participated in it. They understood it. You know, they recognized it as learning opportunity, nourishment. Everything had its own different qualities, and they never disliked any of the qualities, good or bad, at any planet. Everybody learned. What you think we're supposed to do? Learn. So when we keep coming back here, we ain't learned our lesson, or we're coming to teach you a lesson. Okay? So when you have to keep coming here, that means you didn't learn the lessons that you're supposed to learn about Earth and about yourself before you go back to your old planet, or before you move up a grade to the next planet. Because like I said, it's one of two things. You could have done something bad on your planet, and your planet cast you down to Earth, because Earth is the devil's planet. So when you gotta see the devil, either if you're the other two planets before Earth, you coming up to the devil. Any other ones up like that, you're coming down to the devil. You know, you gotta learn. What's the best way to learn without getting yourself fucked up? To study and to try and to practice, commit yourself, not hurt other people. See how far you get. See if you try to get a little further the next time. You know, just like the video games everybody play. You know, it's just that the video games provide you with 3 fucking lives. at the beginning. Earth, no. You gain them at your end. That means when you come here, you learned, you passed, and then when you coming back here to teach, it's glory for you, you know. But nobody can get by without learning. It's like you can take class for a joke all the fucking time. And that's what some of these people did, okay? And so when you do that, you know it's a 50-50 chance you're not going to pass. Them people knew that too. And so they get put back a grade. You know, that means you could come back here. Now you got them lessons you need to learn that you didn't learn from the last time when you was on Earth. And you got lessons you got to learn as you going through Earth now. Do you see how hard it is for you? If you've lived multiple lifetimes and you keep letting that shit pile up because you keep running from it, passing it over to somebody else, stealing it from this place over here, and if your soul and your spirit never die, you done trapped yourself up. Create your own web of lies for errors in time, lifetime after lifetime. And then it's like everybody knows that, hey, they could have escaped judgment. You know, for as long as two certain people didn't wake up. They wasn't no motherfuckers that stay asleep in the goddamn matrix. You know, be sucking on a goddamn bottle and just getting drunk on the bullshit. Not I, said the cat. I got out this bitch. You know. So you don't want to just go to church and then think that's it. Nah. You got to grow. Grow to the point where you know that you are changing. Grow to the point that you can tell you evolved. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people talking shit about me. Like some of these motherfuckers, they ain't seen me since kindergarten. So they don't fucking know. They just making up shit. Other motherfuckers ain't seen since high school. So what the fuck? They ain't making up shit. It's shit like that. You know? But because I know that, it's like, even if I didn't know it, and let's say I don't know none of the people that's gunning for me. If I have spiritual help, you think I ain't gonna use it? If you had spiritual help, wouldn't you use it? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I made sure different areas I grew. And when people been coming for you since you've been young, I've always repaired those parts of myself every time. You know, I had certain errors in time where I was broken, but I didn't make sure to stay like that. And if somebody met me back then, you know, that was then. It's not like I stayed around none of these people. So they get fucking updates and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But that's how they was carrying the shit. You know? But you end up getting caught. You know? Because you can't go back in the past It don't matter if you got the information. It don't matter if you got the permission even. Can't do it. You know? And I know y'all crazy motherfuckers is probably saying, why I can't? I can do it. Because you're looking at it, because I'm saying that you can't, like it's a fucking competition. No, motherfucker. The reason why you cannot, because God doesn't go backwards. You know? And then when it's already someone else's destiny, you gotta understand that person with that destiny is always going to win. That's how it goes. The only way I would lose is if I decided to give up my destiny. I've been working hard at it all my life. Why the fuck would I do that? Why would I exchange with the unexchangeable? It's not equal. And it's not better. You know? Plus, when you're not the real person and you lie, it's like people don't get it. Everything you do is recorded. It don't matter if I don't see an angel to my left or an angel to my right. I know the motherfuckers is dead. You know? And I think about the shit I do. You know? I ain't down with doing shit that gonna always be costing me some damn money. And always get my black ass sent somewhere. Hell no. You know. Plus, you don't ever willingly give your life over to someone else just because they say they want it. Just because they think they should have it. Just because they say you mine. Or just because they want to be a selfish ass motherfucking prick. It still is a no. Okay? So when y'all crazy ass motherfuckers is still hooked on all your little twitchy crazy torture game type shit, no motherfucker. No. You ain't gonna be able to live doing that shit. You can't do it no more. Well, you could do it, but everything is seen. It's like, ain't it like another organization that you can switch over to and kill for the good? You know, just saying. Like, some of y'all motherfuckers work for the military and the police and, you know, all these places where, shit, you ain't gotta do the shit for the bad. You know? Why can't you just look at it that way? That's all I'm saying. You know? Because I know y'all little fuckers got some little itches and twitches and shit. But some stuff just can't be going this motherfucking far. It just can't. That's. And I am sorry for whoever taught y'all whatever. But if you don't want the good Lord, they kind of like say, yeah, just gonna take their breath, you know. You don't want that. You want to them to acknowledge that you're here. and not just taking up space, you know? And you just down for like the kill, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, these people that were doing all this shit and everything organized to the T, I understand it's a entity, it's a organization, it's a devil. The real motherfucking devil is tired of y'all. I need you to really understand that shit. The real motherfucking devil is tired of y'all. I don't understand how y'all don't get that when I say on my videos that hell is even protecting me. And I say on my videos that shit, they ordered by God too. And then I've had the thing where somebody will be like, what makes her so special? Why is she special? Ain't nothing special about her. You know? Well, in fact, there is. What makes me special is I am disease free and uh it's like they do a check over your whole body and just clean from top to bottom, you know? So like what's stopping me from the shit for my destiny? Other people that aren't in alignment, that aren't pure in heart and in mind, and technically down there too. You know, it's a lot that come with all of this. I had to learn that shit myself, you know. And the reason why I got the protection, the motherfuckers want to kill you for this shit. I don't understand how y'all ain't figured that shit out yet. God, dog. They just think of different ways, you know. Some people just, I want to say sick like that, but however, the other woman that looks like me basically does everything I don't, you know. And she paraded around, you know, telling everybody all the whole shit. And she put all that whole shit on me. I'm like, what? So when you already fed a narrative, and that's the plan or the narrative that you go with, and you trust the source that gave you the information, and so you follow through with it. You think even though you're doing a bad thing, that it's still right and okay to do because of who gave you the information. A lot of people thought that they were getting information from a reputable source and that she was the real empress. Wrong source. Excuse me, not the real Empress. Stole my damn ID and information and shit. You know? So, all the fuck shit she tried to put on me. And all my good shit, she just took that shit. The idea was for it to stick so I can be out of here. That shit ain't work. That's why I've been running my mouth all this time. Because God said, all you gotta do is get online. Keep showing your face, telling your story. You know, the world is ready for a change. It's just these certain people are not. And God is not dealing the same way with the certain people that are not getting on the program. Because it's serious for those people too. If you don't get on the program, ma'am or sir, then you're. And that's all kinds of deaths. You know, it's like all the types of deaths that y'all wished on me. Got all of them coming back to you like, whatever. All that shit coming back. And there's nothing I can do about it. Because I ain't even doing none of this shit now. You dummies. God is doing it. Your ancestors is doing it. You know? But once you read, understand some stuff, unlock different parts of yourself connected with the Bible, history, and as different pathways, doorways open up intellectually here, it'll open up in those places in your body. So essentially, you're breaking the chains. You know, the connectors. You know, that are different wiring. You know, so it's kind of like the information unravels the mischief. And the mischief is your past. You know, whether it was neglect, abuse, rape, molestation, being picked on, you know, I don't know, whatever, you know, not being believed, whatever, shit. Living in a house of horror, whatever the fuck it is. And you're afraid of it. You know why you're afraid of it. And God knows why you're afraid of it already. So, you and God start off balanced. So, all you need to do is figure out how you can deal with processing through the information. Even if it's bad, you need to dissect it little by little. And if it's something that isn't quite pleasant or horrible, or you get to a point where, you know, it might make you queasy or it's very uncomfortable that you just don't want to continue to do it. You know, working through that. You are welcome at any time to give it to God. You don't have to go through Jesus to get to God. Okay? What that's saying in the Bible is they energy harvest off of Jesus. Those people that stoned him had all of the fucking problems. You know? They were already fucking people up. You know what I'm saying? Already being dicks. And they ain't want that shit to change. So, guess what they do? They stone them. I'm in the dark. They stone the fucking people. Yeah, it's raining. They stone the people. Because they want to keep their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They don't want their bullshit to change. They want their shit to stay the same. You know. That's the only type of people that don't want no kind of change in the world. Because they making money hand over fist in the fucking badass world. They ain't gonna make none. They feel like on the good. Or they think it ain't gonna be the same on the good. You know? But you should think that it should be the same or better on the good, because God doesn't work for the fucking devil. The devil works for God. So I think I'm going to choose God because God is the devil's boss. Why would I go to the devil to ask that motherfucker for any fucking thing? Why? You know what I'm saying? I know I got to pay that shit back a few different ways. And that motherfucker got a payment plan. Nah, I'm good. I don't want my pussy on layaway. No. I only want my money on layaway. You know what I'm saying? So why would I listen to them? Nah. See, I'd rather go the God route. I'm already at the fucking top. You know what I'm saying? And I was already at the bottom. Well, I'm just gonna rise up a little bit. Or a little sudden, Or actually listen to people and stay like I'm not. Because all that shit they were saying, that won't even me. All that shit they was telling people, that was that girl. That what she do. So it won't hard for me to be myself. I'm already doing that. It's hard for others to see it because of the picture that was painted to the world for a long ass fucking time. So she put in her work to still not win. And I'm only saying win because that's how she look at it. Competition. That ain't really what it is, though. I won't any for that. I was on a journey before all the bullshit. I just got more on it after the bullshit. The bullshit just emptied up, you know. It's like the same switch that turn on in me when somebody gets me really upset. That switch don't go off. Not until I'm done. I don't know another way to be. So that's how I was able to get through this, because I was already put through this, you know. And you have to try shit, whether you're guided by God or just guided by yourself, your intellectual higher self. Make the appropriate changes. You never know. After you make the appropriate changes and something comes about, and then you're going to say to yourself, damn, I'm glad I made that change, you know, because XYZ could have been way more fucked up for me, you know. Or I wouldn't even be able to get out of this if I was still like XYZ. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing about myself, shit, I don't know how to fucking lie. And I don't like remembering a whole lot of damn names. So I ain't gonna be dating a whole lot of motherfuckers. Because I hate it when motherfuckers will just be like, hey, remember me? No, you little fucking creep. I don't. Who is this? Oh, you know who it is. You know what I do? Click. Motherfucker call back. They do that shit again. Alright, click. Then I just make up a fucking name. If that's not your name, oh well. But I just make up a fucking name. Because I don't remember it. I tried that shit one time. No. Mm-mm. So, certain shit just don't fit into shit. The shit that make me. You know? It's like, that's why you just gotta call certain shit a spade is a motherfucking spade. You know what I'm saying? I'm not pretending to be like this. I am like this. And then she's not pretending how she is, because she's like that. That's it. That's it. No matter what, though, because it's my destiny, I was always going to get it. You see, God didn't want my destiny to be unlocked or activated before the new world came in. Because if any part of it would have been unlocked and activated in the old world, your plans would work. So, time changed, and the ways and methods on how you do things changed too. To the good way. So, the bad way wasn't accepted anymore. That's the other way I went. And I told you fucks all over my phone. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't say that. Oh, I don't think that's a good idea. You know, my phone is cloned, and on top of it, this is a crime. And you in it? You trying to get me in it? Because I know criminal offenses when I see them. Okay? See, that's me already saying, hey, bruh, sis, no, I ain't doing that. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I can't run that fast. I'm just going to get caught. Shit. So why would I do that shit? No, that don't fit the fucking criteria for me. Okay? But Go, motherfucker. You good at dipping and dodging and being sneaky and hiding and, changing up a whole fucking identity to a whole lot of motherfuckers. It's obvious she fits the other profile. It's just things like that. And then it's like, let's say, take the Bible for instance. If you are on the right side with God, you're going to gravitate towards that. Meaning, no war, confrontation, everything can be solved without a lot of taxpayer money going somewhere else. And then understanding common sense, practicality, and some logic. The left hand of God, y'all motherfuckers don't want to know no goddamn truth at all. You work so motherfucking hard to get to the top, so you ain't gotta face your goddamn truth. You work so damn hard to get in front of a camera so you can play something else other than yourself. Because y'all motherfuckers is scared to look at your own self in the mirror. That's why you energy harvest off of good ass people. Because that's the only way even you can feel comfortable in your own motherfucking skin. And you already know and knew you sold your soul. But you ain't never think about paying for it back. And then you wanted to sell my soul. Or put my shit up for collateral. Like, goddamn, I ain't even a motherfucking statue. And if there is a statue of me, shit. It ain't one now. But motherfuckers was auctioning me off and shit. Like I'm on a goddamn chopping block. That's how it was. And I ain't even fucking know. But I guess they thought because I was nice that I was gonna handle it nice. This is me handling it nice. Period. And last thing, I'm gonna go. Focus on understanding what Enoch did. Because Enoch stayed in the house 3 years. But some fuck shit was going on. Can't remember all of it, but it was bad time. Alright? He stayed in the crib. You know what I'm saying? Then, when all of the craziness was over, he was like one of the most sane individual. Clean individual. Smart. Yeah, I'm getting tongued up on individual. And then fast forward through the story. I think it say he go to heaven. But then fast forward more in the story, it says God gave him an island. And yeah, motherfucker got married. And that's where he raised his whole motherfucking family. His family grew. His lineage grew to all the other lineages. It's in the Bible. Now there are islands that are outside of the parameters of where we can go as humans in the fucking matrix. See what I'm saying? Then there's the same shit that was already here. It was just named something else. further back. You connect the dots. You know? Then you look at the type of people that's on an island. Then you remember parts of history. So learn that. Focus on if you my folk like black, the method to heal yourself is Egyptian, Asian, Indian, something like that. Okay? That's what you need to pay attention to. Mm-hmm. And you got the other lineages in you too. But I'm trying to give you the most recent to help you piece puzzles. Hopefully a little faster. You know. Okay? All right. I will talk to y'all later. Peace. That was a fake smile. Yeah. And that was even faker. Fuck it.